Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. You know Blue Chew helps you with your boners, right? Boo, 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 boo.
Opie Radio.
Boo, 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 boo. Boom, 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 boom. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo.
Some people think jail is not a deterrent. Oh, my God, I've been there. It's a massive deterrent.
Yeah.
I was in L.A. County for a month and a half in 1996, and I showered in between a blood and a crip who were mad at each other. I was never so happy to be fat and ugly in my fucking life.
I just want to sell the show properly by saying I'm not a car guy either.
Okay.
But I watch because just how you put the whole thing together, you make it very, very interesting.
Well, it's fun. It's fun. We have a good time, and I'm glad with it. So what do you guys like, makeup and hair? What do you do? You want to talk about product? You know what I like.
I don't even change my own oil.
Really, wow. Don't even change your
I
oil.
don't know.
You would think
A car's just for getting to places to shop.
it's just the worst.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm in New York.
The guy next to me in the cell next to me was there for 9 years waiting murder trial. And he taught me how to make a pussy out of a piece of toilet paper.
Good.
You take the cardboard out and you put it in damp, warm water, and you fuck the thing.
Right.
Oh, that's all it is?
That's all it is. I thought there was more.
He said,
I could have figured that out.
He said the word lukewarm. God. How do you work lukewarm? And then, but he said to me, he goes, Artie, you will never go back to real pussy.
I beg to differ, my friend.
I had this exactly. I said, don't bitch. It don't complain. It don't spend your fucking money. It don't fuck your friend. I go, she fucked your friend? I go, yeah, man. Why do you think I'm in here? I go, did you kill her? He goes, no. I go, well, why? He goes, because I killed my friend.
Ouch.
I said, dude, you're screaming this. The guards can hear it. I said, I better not be going to testify.
Right. I don't need to say that. Tom Arnold used to swallow a goldfish. That was his one when he started doing stand-up. That was one of his closers.
He would close with
He would
swallowing
put the goldfish on a thread and swallow it and then pull it back out.
Oh, beautiful. That's kind of fun.
That's what they do in the toilets. In the jail, the drugs, they flush it down on a string and then they pull it back out. So it's,
How do you know that, DC Benny? How do you know that?
DC Benny is familiar with all things criminal. Believe me, he knows. I've met some shady people through DC Benny.
Really? You have a McLaren, right?
McLaren F1, yeah.
And,
what's a McLaren?
It's
Okay, what's a McLaren? Good night, everybody. Thank you. I'm going to go do a real radio show. Thanks, guys.
I know what
what's a McLaren?
Is that a type of lip liner?
Mr. Leno.
12 hours north in Rajasthan, there is a very different, kind of outlook. It's a Hindu temple, and it's the rat temple where they honor the rats, they feed the rats. There's 35,000 rats.
Honor the rats?
Yeah, they don't kill them.
35,000 rats in this rat temple. They don't kill them, and their belief is that when we die as humans, we come back as the rat. And so they're like, this is our family. These are my grandparents. These are my great grandparents. So we have to take care of them.
I was Gandhi. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. I look like a rat. I used to be fucking Gandhi.
Oh, so look at this picture.
I saved 250,000 you motherfuckers. No, about 1992, I was struggling doing comedy, and I took the train in from New Jersey. I was walking up to 7th Avenue on the Penn Station side, the 7th Avenue side of Penn Station, and there was a bunch of people gathered around a corner looking at something in the corner, and there was a rat on its hind legs, like the size of a cat. I was like looking like this, and the people were kind of scared of it. An Irish cop with his mustache and a big beer gut walked up to the fucking thing like the outlaw Josie Wales, took out his nightstick and just went boom, hit it in the head twice, boom, and then backhand, boom, and the fucking rat bled and just dropped.
Wow.
And then the guy wiped the nightstick between his legs and said, "I nothing to see here, move along."
But then what I wasn't okay with was seeing you drive the $12 million car at the end of the episode. You would think you would leave that in a...
No, it's there to drive.
He drives them all. He drives them all.
Driving a $12 million car?
So
He drives them all.
Well, you just date virgins to save them from the next guy? Is that what you do? I'd like to have sex with her, but I know the next guy would be more interested, so I'm going
went away.
So when you watch Fast and the Furious, that movie series.
No, that's a really stupid movie.
Like when Vin Diesel lifts the car.
Any car movie where the people go, whoa! It's going to be a bad car movie.
It's gross.
I've got a butt fly up my ass. I was Gandhi. What's the matter? Put your socks on, Mr. Big Shot.
I went to the Toronto International Film Festival for the first time 2 years ago, and I had a blast.
It's amazing. What a great festival.
Who gives a shit?
I was going to ask you about it. How was the experience?
I'm a goddamn rat.
I can't with him.
Who gives me what to some festival? I'm eating my own shit. I was Gandhi and I've got a butt fly in my throat. This motherfucker from Duke is telling stories about a festival. Have another scotch. My fucking wife is still here, screaming at me as a rat. As a rat. Yeah, as a rat. Oh, you were fucking annoying as a human. And this uppity Spurlock's putting on socks. Sorry, buddy. Am I too dirty for you? I guess I got dirty saving every goddamn motherfucker in India. Good movie.
Good movie.
Could have made a movie about me when I was a goddamn person. The rat. Motherfuckers. I'm eating my own shit with a butt fly. An angry rat who used to be Gandhi.
The botfly screaming that he was Malcolm X.
Oh, wow. We're getting let's just stop. We're going to drop the mic on that one. That'll end it here. That's my job.
I have Nick Cannon on the first episode.
Yeah, Nick,
he was fun.
Yeah, Nick was fun.
I didn't realize he was in the car business. He has a bunch of cars, but his problem is he doesn't like driving them fast.
Yeah, I don't quite get that.
That was a little weird.
Yeah,
to find out.
Yeah, it was like doing this show. Yeah. I don't quite get it. Hey.
All right.
Once rats reach a certain number within a communal area, they will stop reproducing, and if they have babies, they will eat the babies if there's not enough food to support them.
Well, that's good news.
That's good news.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm in this society. Well, I never thought to say the starving Indian people, just eat your babies. I never thought of that one.
That's what Chris Christie decided to do for the starving children.
He said, Chris Christie said, do what I do, eat everything. Stop the traffic at the bridge and eat every goddamn thing in sight. Did I mention I was Gandhi?
I love the steam car. That's my favorite one.
The steam cars are a lot of fun.
He drive on the street?
Well, yeah, that's where you take cars. No, I fly them through the air. Yeah, you drive them on the street.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
No, it's nitty gritty gang bang. It's different. Yeah.
I didn't know if that was legal, but you can take
It is
them.
legal. Everybody thinks everything's legal. So essentially, a subway does the same thing.
There you go.
You get in it and you go through the ground and boom.
All right, but you got to ride with other assholes.
Yeah, well, it's just like doing a radio show, you know?
He's sticking with it. He's sticking with it.
And so we filmed with the owner of that place and talked about killing rats and how they kill them there. And then we went into the sewers with like the people who control the rats in the sewers of Paris. And it was one of those like it was a scene, but it wasn't like a good scene compared to everything else. It was like it was interesting, but it wasn't great.
Pat Oswald did not do a good job.
That's right.
Fuck him. That motherfucker. He looks like a lesbian.
At WNEW, we cooked rats and served it to listeners. Something you can't do on the radio anymore. And we had two.
Those were the days.
We had two chefs.
Fucking PC police.
That was a rat 'em out rat day back in the day.
We had two chefs, a French chef who was really into it, going, look, I'm going to show you what you can do with a rat, and you're going to like it. And then another guy that just wanted to be on the radio and make it up as he went along. And the French chef, killed the animal the right way, and the other guy slamming it on the table, doesn't even know how to kill this thing. It's guts and blood everywhere.
I'll show you that cook a rat.
Long story short, the French chef prepared in such a way, and the listeners tried it, and people went back for seconds.
Amazing.
Edgy Leno right there. The episode he did with the priest last year. I don't know if you guys. It's wonderful.
Okay, let's not get into personal life. Okay, I don't think.
But I used to bet against Duke all the time. How do you think I dress like this? 20 years in show business, I got the same pants on I had at a Rush concert in 1981.
My middle brother Mike lived in such a shithole in Birmingham, Alabama, and one of his favorite stories that he always told was they were having a big barbecue and a party, and they forgot something. They came back, so they left all the grocery bags sitting there on their kitchen table, still in the plastic bags and everything, and went, oh shit, we needed more ketchup or ice or something. And they were gone 10 minutes, and they came back, and 2 or 3 of the bags had already been eaten into.
Oh my God.
And they'd gone for these, the buns. They go for all the hot dog buns and hamburger buns, and there was rat shit everywhere, and they were literally only gone 10 minutes, and they were looking at how they get up on the table. There were no chairs, and so they go outside, they get the maintenance man at the shithole apartment complex, and bring him in, they show him all this, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, my experience, the ones that are big enough to do this, they can leap at you and jump like 4 or 5 feet in the air. I've had them jump at me, it scared me to death. And my brother goes, this doesn't solve, I got a barbecue going on, this doesn't solve my fucking problem. You're telling me your solution to this is tell all your guests, oh, a big one can leap 6 feet in the air.
He talks about that in his documentary, Morgan Spurlock, how they like to jump on your chest.
That's what the maintenance man said.
They have no problem jumping on your chest. Yeah. We got 4 cameras in here to prove that Artie's not drinking.
He's not drinking.
He's not drinking water.
Listen, he brought his own vodka in a Fiji bottle.
There you go. I was invited once. I was with Foxworthy once, and he invited both of us, and I did not go. Foxworthy
Why
went.
would you go?
I was stupid. You know, I was busy.
I would guess that was the reason. Yeah. I would go with that. Yeah, I think he's really being honest.
No, I was a jackass, and I literally figured I had
go
something.
with stupid. Jackass, because jackass implies you could be smart.
Okay.
You know, I would go with the stupid.
Mean.
There's a whole group in England that goes to these farms, these pig farms and stuff that have major rat problems that are really, eating crops and eating the feed for the pigs and all that.
Yeah.
And you hire these guys. Yeah, this scene.
They
right
come
here.
in.
And they come in with their terriers, and I think they had about 20 dogs ripping through this farm. And the violence that they showed in this scene was just unbelievable. And the terriers both grabbing the same rat at the same time as it's alive, just ripping it to shreds.
Sure.
Where the owners have to calm the dogs down a little bit and try to get the rat out of its mouth.
Well, the one with my grow was like that, and that was just city ones. They were just shaking the dumpsters, and it's like, you're right. It's just complete. You can't. 4 hours later, they're bathed and groomed, and they're in your house sitting on your couch,
licking like your face all night,
acting like playing with your kids, acting like nothing ever happened. Sit, uku, everything's fine.
But they got that in their brains that they could turn on at any second,
all the way back to the wolf, baby.
Any second, yeah, exactly. The wolf gene is still deep in there somewhere.
It's like their Hulk.
Yeah. What kind of atmosphere is there at the garage? You got the music cranking. You got a lot of people working there.
There's no music
is there
cranking.
Popcorn?
It's a garage.
Is there a popcorn machine? I want to know.
Yeah, popcorn, music, disco ball. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's a dance club with cars in it. Yeah.
I feel like it would be a great hang. It's boring.
It's great to be with real car guys. It's fun. Yeah, I know. It's great to be here with the girls. Thanks.
I like everything.
So
I really do.
Thoroughly through the whole game.
I can watch all of baseball, all of basketball, all of hockey. If I'm into it for some reason, I grew up in a tiny little town. There wasn't shit to do. I've told him before. I'm like, we would really get. There's a track meet today for the 8th grade boys.
8th grade boys. 8th grade boys. You want to adjust that?
You can take that any way you want it.
Okay.
If I'd have said 8th grade girls, it would have been worse.
It would have been worse.
It would have been way worse.
We got some track meet. We got some truth serum in front of Vic Henley. Have another shot.
This bottle was almost gone.
Taking a picture of the Gapstow Bridge. It was in the movie Home Alone 2. You never saw Home Alone 2?
No, when?
So go see Home Alone 2. There's going to be a scene with a bird lady, and it was done right over there, and that's the Gapstow Bridge from 1895. They don't care. You guys, that's the Gapstow Bridge. It was in Home Alone 2, if you need to know. The bird lady scene. Yes. It's a very, very famous bridge. People come from all around the world okay. All right, they're done with me.
Exactly. Yeah.
And do you have car insurance on all those cars, Jay?
Yes, that's what you do. Of course. No, I just have it on one. Yeah.
Just on the McLaren.
You have car insurance on all cars.
I'm just thinking of what that bill has to look like. Oh, my
It looks like any other bill. It's just the numbers are bigger.
Well, I mean, we're regular people here, Jay. Maybe
you're all regular people.
Maybe to you it's no big deal, but I'm thinking car insurance on 150 cars, and some of them are worth $12 million.
That's a tab.
That's a tab.
That's why I'm on the road. That's
State Farm? State State Farm,
That's why I'm doing this
Allstate.
stupid program. Yeah.
Geico.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you with? Progressive?
Yeah, that's what it is.
The General?
Actually, Haggerty.
Thank you, Artie. That was awesome.
Hey, I love the suitcase too. It's tan.
Rawlings.
Well, look at that.
The baseball glove. Yeah.
I would love to go through that bag.
I wonder what's in the
I would love to go through that bag.
Got me 3 to 5.
I would love to go through that. These guys go out with a net. They got sandals on, no gloves, and they know where the rats are. And they, they get them out of their burrows and stuff, and then they trap them with the net. And then they show these guys just breaking the necks of the rats. They're like,
that's how they finally get rid of them. That's the final solution.
Because they don't want the blood around for whatever reason. I guess because that would spread the disease.
Sure.
And they collect rats all night.
So they got them in a big bag, and there's like a bag of pecans, and they're just cracking them up. They're just taking them out.
They're just yanking them, and then a move to break the neck. And then at the end of the night, this guy and his buddies, they got a whole bag of rats, and they go to some government outlet or whatever, and they're getting paid.
Nice.
Per rat or whatever. That's what they do for a living. At night, they go and hunt rats with sandals on. Oh, and this scene.
They don't give a fuck.
Do you drive trucks as well? Like I have this fascination with giant sleeper trucks.
That's because you're 12.
Yeah.
It's from years of being at truck stops and having men come over and talk to you. That's what it was. Yeah. That's why you like the sleeper truck.
But when you learn what your pet is capable of doing, it's very creepy.
The aforementioned Freddie, the Hitler cat, I would occasionally go and feed him when my neighbors would go on vacation and stuff. And one time I went over there to feed him, and he'd brought in, I don't know, it had to be more than one pigeon, but there were so many feathers and disemboweling going on over the whole. It looked like somebody just opened up a feather pillow and shook it from one end of their apartment to the other. And so I did have a cell phone at the time, and I remember sending my neighbor, I'm like, tell me where your vacuum cleaner is. I can't just leave this in here for 2 days. And she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, never mind. Like Freddie went on a killing spree, apparently. And he was doing the same thing. They were gone, and he was bringing them the pigeons or something because I was coming and bringing him the food. I don't know, but some weird-ass thing was going on. Yeah, that was one of the biggest messes I've ever cleaned up, period, in my life was a Fred kill.
A pigeon that was ripped apart. You got to go, Jay Leno.
I got to go.
This was a thrill and a
well,
pleasure.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. A lot of fun.
It's nice to see you.
Great to meet with a bunch of car guys and talk cars. Yeah.
A bunch of men.
Yeah. Good to have some real guy talk. Yeah.
I just don't have that in my brain. I'm sorry.
Next time we'll do moisturizers, huh?
Yeah. Ooh, that means there might be a next time.
That
means there might be a next time.
I learned my lesson, I'll tell you that.
Hey, I want to thank Blue Chew for being part of this podcast for a really long time. It's greatly appreciated. And it's appreciated that you're supporting the sponsors like Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. And you can try it for free right now by using the promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E, at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. Yeah, you can take them anytime, day or night. So you can plan ahead. We want to plan ahead sometimes, right? Of course we do. The process is simple. This is what you do. You sign up at BlueChew.com. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Discreet packaging. You don't have to go to the doctor's office. You don't have to wait online at the pharmacy. Everything is done all nice for you. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help you out. And we've got a special deal for you. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E, at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E, to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information, and we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Promo code OPIE, O-P-I-E, at BlueChew.com to try it for free.
Then this guy goes to the border of Vietnam, and he hands over the rats, and they're cooking them. Oh, they're cooking them, and then they show a lady preparing rats.
Well,
First of all, she drowns all of them.
Okay, you got a blank.
She drowns all the rats, and then she's got a cleaver, and she's just chopping the legs, the tail, the head off like it's nothing. And then she's skinning the rats, And then she's trying to say how delicious rats are and that everyone should try it. It tastes like chicken, but a little sweeter, they say in this movie.
Oh,
a little sweeter. And then they show these beautiful displays, dishes that she makes.
The meat that's what it is.
Beautiful. And then they put it at the table, and you see these guys just ripping into these rat dishes like it's chicken wings.
Well, to each his own.
And affecting the nation's campuses. A newly released study in the academic journal GeoHumanities says pumpkins are a racial issue and pumpkin spice lattes are a symbol of white privilege. The peer-reviewed article is titled "The Perilous Whiteness of Pumpkins." This is real.
It's great.
Oh, here's the Ghostbusters building. Ghostbusters. Huh? Is this this is the Ghostbusters building, right?
Yeah, but come on this way.
I'm in the right place then. Thanks.
Over here, though. Yeah. Hey, brother.
Well, what happened? I'm not allowed to go see the Ghostbusters building?
We'll go right up to here, yeah.
Right up to this line?
Right up to this spot, right here, yes. I know, yeah.
I want to go up to the apartment or the
no,
room.
You can't do that, man.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positively sure.
All right, well, how many people come by a day?
Oh, man. All day, every day.
I bet you no one does this to you. Ghostbusters!
Oh, we got so many people coming by. Hey, who are you going to call? And, of course. Hey, Ghostbusters, baby.
And you're like, I'm going to call the NYPD.
I'm going to call 911.
Right, exactly. Ghostbusters.
And you also were telling me right before you got in here that you did comedy in China, huh?
China was pretty. Their comedy was kind of still developing a lot. Like they had like dudes in panda suits hitting each other with bats and shit like that on TV. I mean, that's kind of where it was at, you know. The crime is very low because if you're caught, especially with drugs, apparently they catch you with drugs or firearm. Automatic death penalty. You get a bullet to the back of the head, and they send your family the bill for 13 cents. So it's really like discouraged. There's not a lot of crime. Yeah.
And it takes the family a year to pay it off.
Yeah, right.
The guy with the dick. Did you know anybody that played that prank when that was big for a while? There were aprons you could buy that had this.
Oh no!
They had the sock dick on the underneath, and it was the first. My buddy's grandmother. I had a manager. And that was her go-to move.
Really?
She couldn't wait to come to his wedding and put on the apron with the dick underneath it to show it to everybody. And she was like 83 years old from West Virginia.
Well, good for her.
And he told us for a month leading up to the wedding, we're trying to get her not to bring the dick apron thing, and she's not having it. You're going to see the dick apron thing at my wedding reception.
Genius.
And she walked around the Riviera Country Club pulling out the fucking dick apron thing all the time. Absolutely.
And it killed every time, right?
Yeah. At first, it's one of those where it's funny for 4 or 5 times.
And then it's like, all right, enough already.
Yeah, but then when you get up to about 70, it becomes funny again.
Yeah. I understand the rules of comedy.
Okay, sorry.
You gotta let it fade away, and then it comes back, and it becomes funny again. What I find hilarious about that is when someone decides to have sex with an animal, the animal just keeps eating.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, most of the
Why
time.
I know that, I'm not going to say, but that's what I find so funny about those videos, that they're just eating the whole time. They're not even bothered that you're trying to have sex with it.
Yeah, it's kind of like marriage after a while. You know, you're there with the wife. She's like, lifts up a leg, do your business, and go to sleep. I'm eating these oats.
That's the old joke. Just vacuuming. Just keep vacuuming, honey. Just keep vacuuming. Yeah.
And then I put up a video. You know how everyone's talking about locker room talk lately?
Yeah.
There were these sales guys that were watching, what was going on from the other studio, and they were commenting about all the girls, and they were talking about how this girl's a gobble queen. And
here we go. She's gonna show.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That's the girl that she faxed it in. It's got her tattoo of her boyfriend.
She's nasty. Get her out of there. Get her out of there. I'll say. The blonde. I like that blonde right there, man. She looks like a fucking gobble queen.
Senator.
I like that blonde. It's Schubert, man. What are you talking about?
A horse's ass definitely looks like
a giant. Yeah,
a giant.
Sure.
This one really did.
Giant athlete's ass. Let's just put it
There
that
you
way.
go. Okay,
right. We could say that.
Right. Hell yeah.
See, that looks like a giant.
That's Beyonce. That's Beyonce's butt. Strong and firm. Maybe not that part.
There's the weave.
Not
all right.
Wait, who has a fake ear?
Colbert. He has a prosthetic ear.
That's why it looks odd?
Yeah.
Now I feel bad.
Why doesn't he glue it down a little bit?
My brother's ears were so, friend's brother's ears were so big, they had them pinned back when he was a baby.
They used to do that a lot,
Yeah,
that
they pin
pinning
them back,
back thing. And then they You know?
Oh my God! You would think they would come up with a better ear than that.
Look at that thing! Wow!
And then
Who knew?
there's what's wrong with his ear? How did his ear get fucked up?
It was a lawn mowing accident.
The weed whacker just, you know.
I like his joke, though. Read the joke. He says that's just what happens when your surgeon uses a melon baller. That's what you get when your doctor uses a melon baller on your ear surgery.
Here's Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve.
Hello, boys.
What muscle did you pull?
Oh, I ruptured my plantaris longus muscle.
Isn't that, toe? Yeah, isn't that under your foot?
That's like the heel.
No. It goes up the back of your leg. It's
We're all wrong?
Crampy, crampy, useless muscle. 15% of people don't even have one.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
You pulled the muscle that
only 15%
most people don't use or have?
Yeah, I'm doing a great program. It's called Couch to 5K, but it was too much for me, apparently.
Couch to 5K.
Couch to 5K. There's no middle part to that, like ottoman and
couch, ottoman, throw rug.
Right.
Your speed is more couch to the mailbox.
Yeah.
Thank you for laughing at that. These guys weren't laughing at that. Thank you, Steve, to save me.
Working as a secretary for a State Farm Insurance Company in Deerfield, Illinois. So
what a kiss ass.
That's what it is.
I guarantee she didn't even get a fucking Christmas bonus, even after coming up with Boss's Day.
In 58, that's like Mad Men and shit.
Right.
You know, I'm sure it wasn't a lovely environment for women in the workplace in 58.
That was the hiney pinching era, right?
The Donald Trump pussy grabbing time.
Yeah, you give the old secretary a pinch on the hiney just to show her that she's doing a good job.
That's what you're right. Exactly. A wink and a nod. Maybe buy her a martini afterward.
All right. We got to ask you about Vic Henley. So Vic Henley was told at 14, did you say?
Ish, yeah.
14 years old that he's got to be careful because he has the body type where he can be a fat dude.
I've seen Vic, and I don't agree with that. Vic is a classic, what I would call mesomorph, which means
mesomorph.
That he's sort of in a medium build.
What about is there endomorph?
Endomorphs are the people that are sort of pear-shaped, fatsos.
That's the word that was on. That's the word that the doctor wrote on my physical.
You're an endo, so he mismorphed you.
Endomorph, they called you?
Pear-shaped. I tell you, not muscular, pear-shaped with the stem up.
Morphal profiling.
But no, I told you, I reckon there was a couple of words, and it was the Latin that threw me.
Yeah.
And so I asked my buddy's mom that was a nurse, and she didn't want to tell me. And she goes, yeah, it means you could be chunky.
The old teardrop gut. Uncle Jimmy Mac, he would name everybody like when you made your bones comedically, like Brooklyn Mike got named Brooklyn Mike. So one day he's like, he can't say my name. He's like, where are you from? Like DC. He's like, so DC Benny. And he's the dude who died in the Tracy Morgan car accident.
Oh, yeah. Legend.
Yeah.
Right.
So his big joke was, everybody liked the sun or something. I can't really remember the joke, but everybody liked the sun, and people were like, yeah, we like sun. And he'd be like, how you like the moon? He'd turn around and he'd moon the whole audience. That was his closer, man. So he was kind of better at naming. But when they do those
when I was a kid was Dr. Cocaine.
No.
Yeah, I swear to God.
You're lying.
Your doctor's name was Dr. Cocaine.
Spell it again.
Pronounced it Dr. Cocaine.
Yeah, how was it spelled?
Cocanne.
Oh,
that's cocaine. That's cocaine.
You should have just embraced it.
Yeah.
Ready for your next act, see, yeah. Ready for your next act, see, yeah. This brother right here has appeared on Showtime at the Apollo, and he is here tonight to make history. You'll see what I mean. Y'all show your love for Rich Voss. Come on, y'all. Rich Voss on Def Jam. Uh-oh.
I can't believe I'm sitting here watching Voss.
I know. He's taking your time, DC Ben. Let's just hear
a lot of sisters
joke.
In the house checking me out, huh?
Look at his giant pants.
Remember, once you go white, you go right back to black.
Giant fat farm sweatshirt.
Shit, I'm not like the brothers. I'll eat the coochie, okay? That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
My sis used to go out with a black guy. I said, what's up with that? She said, once you go black, you never go back. I go, that's because our family won't let you in. Loosen up.
Loosen up, folks.
Can't we all get along? Till I get in my car and get the fuck out of here. We got the Waco over there going, oh, he's going to start shit. White people, we need to riot tonight. Me and you, baby.
Killing.
That's hilarious. So look at him walking around.
Look at the confidence.
Yeah. That's all we had a riot. We'd steal lumber. Honey, look at all this plywood I got. We're the Spanish folks. There you go. All right, you ever been over a Spanish person's house? They got more furniture than a fucking furniture store.
For Comedy Central, I did these commercials where I had to play a clown. And, you know, comedians and clowns don't like each other. It's like East Coast, West Coast. I don't know how you explain it, but it's just like, you know, they got the fucking, you see them.
Yeah.
You got the horn and wah, wah. So the clown's supposed to be the president of Comedy Central. That's why it's funny. You know? Yeah. There it is. That's it. There's a bunch of them, right?
I love how you have to explain. That's why it's funny.
So, you know, I show up and the first day everybody's mocking me on the union guys. Hey, boo-doo-doodle, hey, quit clowning around, you know, hey, bozo. And it's funny the first 30 times, right? The next day I show up and about noon, why don't you take a 2-hour lunch while we figure out if we got to shoot any more? I got like an hour and a half to kill some. Go chill out, get a sandwich. So I go to Washington Square Park, get chill out, get a sandwich. There's a mime in the park, right? I'm like, dude, and he's got a crowd. I'm like, I'm going to go, you know, because, you know, the park, there's always there's the guys. Something going on. So I'm like, I'll go mess with the mime, right? So the mime's doing his stuff. So I start doing stuff and people are laughing like I'm doing it shitty, like I'm trapped in a box or sawing the wood. And the mime's pissed, but he's a mime, so he can't say shit, you know. Hey. So I'm getting the, you know, I'm getting money in the cup and everything. And people are like, the clown's hilarious, whatever. After about 15 minutes, I'm like, you know, I don't want to piss this mime. This is his gig. Yeah, it's his gig. So I go sit down and I'm eating a sandwich. Crowd dissipates. The mime comes over. You want to smoke a joint? I'm like this isn't surreal enough already. I'm like, okay. So in his little Marcel Marceau hat, he's MacGyvered away a joint in the stem of the flower. So we're hitting his thing. We're talking about like I'm saying, you know, the circus or whatever. I'm saying stuff that I think is profound, like, you know, generations or years apart, you know, making up words, life is a revolving door, whatever. And I see his eyes bug out and he just takes off. I'm like, what I say to this dude? 3 cops went our way. They're like, you're under arrest. Get the mime, right? The mime's booking through the park. They tackle the mime. He goes down in slow motion. I'm like, what's going on? They were like, you buying marijuana from a known drug dealer? What are you talking about? They open up his mime makeup kit. No makeup. There's like 50 bags of weed in there. I'm like, what's going on? I ask him, dude, what's going on? He's like, you think I pay the rent miming? So they arrest us both.
You idiot.
As I'm getting...
calling you an idiot, basically. I love that.
As I'm getting arrested, you know, because it's New York, Washington Square Park, there is a Japanese tourist with a camera. You know, it's like, in New York, crazy place, a mime and clown get arrested every day. Now, take us to a Central Book, and I get the call. I call the wife. She's like, you know, no pussy for another month. Yeah, right. I call Comedy Central first, and I'm like, hey, they're like, where are you? I'm like, I was smoking a joint with a mime in the park, got arrested. Click. So now I have to go back in the cell. And I'm like, I need another call. So I'm acting crazy in the cell. I mean, I'm like, boot, doot, 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 you know, and a dude comes up to me and he's like, what's going on? I'm like, he's like, you can use my phone call. You know, you can use my phone. I'm like, all right. I'm like, but how does that work? He's like, there's a bartering system. I'm like, what does that entail? And he's like, you do birthdays? I'm like, yeah. You know, because I thought it was going to be ass fucking, but it's just a birthday. So I'm like, yeah, party. I'll do a birthday. I'll do a birthday for the phone call. So I call the wife. She's like, no pussy for a month or whatever. So the commercials come out, you know, and they air for like 2 weeks and they yank them. I don't know what happened. So it must have been about 5 years ago. I'm in Soho and I got a show that night. I think the Cellar or something like that. And I'm walking around. I'm killing some time. There's this art gallery. I'm like, I'll just go in there, pretend I'm going to buy some shit, get some free wine. I go in there, place is packed, right? And I'm pointing out stuff, pretend I'm, you know, how much is that fascinating red box against the fire alarm, sir? Yes. You know, and I'm drinking. I realize everybody in this place is Japanese. Like, and I'm 6'4". I'm walking through like fucking Godzilla or whatever. And it's cool. It's an exhibit of like New York archetypical stuff, like the fire hydrant and this and that paper mache fire. And there's a photo exhibit in the back, and everybody's looking at this one photo. And I look at it, and there's a photo of a guy getting arrested, getting stuff in the back of the police car. And it's me from that day. And underneath it says something in Japanese. And I asked the dude, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what does that mean? He takes one look at it and he goes, tough town for the clown.